disease as a solution. Why do we choose to get sick? Is it possible to do it differently? Even though it might sound weird that a disease might be the solution, often in life, a disease may come as a solution to a certain problem. Diseases can be looked at from two different aspects, from the physical and the spiritual. In the physical field, we can see that medicine has developed very rapidly and in amounts we couldn't even dream about a few years back. To us, these facts that even with a well-developed medicine, people still get sick and stay sick, speak that we don't treat the root of disease. Pharmacy and traditional medicine are not treating the root and never will, as they have a different agenda. So we need to be mindful. A lot of people have realized that we're not just skin and bones. We're a spiritual human. A lot of people turn to psychosomatics. Through this, we can solve just about anything we've materialized in our organism. Every disease clearly points to where the negative energy is stored. It reveals the essence of our life's perception, how we can transform, change the negative events of our life, situations perception, so the disease no longer points towards the fact we've not understood something in life, or that we've gathered up some emotions and energy that doesn't bring good and wholeness in our life. Let's start with awareness that we create our reality. We attract everything in our lives. Today, I want to look at a disease as a solution to something. A disease as a solution you've probably already experienced in your life. If you have kids, then you probably see that they attract diseases in their life. They generate it in their bodies to solve something. If we look at kids specifically, we notice that they get sick the most often when they don't want to go to school, kindergarten, a place they don't feel well at. If our kid's soul feels that he, as a soul, is broken and the needs of his soul are not met or pleased, he generates a disease inside of himself to avoid the unpleasant situation. It's a solution to not go to school, nursery, or kindergarten. Pharmacy, of course, and doctors look only at the physical and have diagnoses for everything and have pills for everything. But more mindful people look wider and get into this subject deeper. Usually, kids get high temperatures, runny noses, and coughing. A runny nose reflects that the inner child is crying. He is not pleased with what he's going through. Smart parents will not only treat their child's disease with medicine, but will look at the root of the disease, how to change the environment and the situation. Because a lot of parents experience that as soon as they bring their kid to kindergarten, it gets sick. A week goes by at home, the child is feeling well again. But as soon as you take it to nursery, kindergarten again, the disease returns. Those are very important spiritual signs. We have to be very sensitive, especially during this time, because children perceive the higher vibrations and spiritual field. They're sensitive, emotional, and they're letting us know about it. We adults, we're used to sweeping away our desires, our inner signals. We pay attention to what someone from outside is telling us, dictates where we must go, what we must do. But our children are very sensitive to orders, commands, and discipline from outer world until we break their will. Instead of feeding our kids with medicine, listening to pharmacists and their ideas, the fact that being sick is normal, and encouraging us to consume stronger medicines and antibiotics, we have to be smart and more sensitive to emotions, the environment, feelings, and all the universal signs. How do we, as parents, as adults, take advantage of a disease? Do we create a disease inside of ourselves so it would become a solution to any of the problems? Of course. Sounds weird. Unbelievable? Let's take a look at the example. If someone doesn't enjoy their job, it takes advantage of a disease or a symptom so the person can take a day off. All of it happens subconsciously. It's not through our mind. We don't think, oh, I want to get sick. If we constantly feel tired and unsatisfied, we don't fulfill ourselves. We do something against our inner will. It's not in harmony with our spirit. We slowly accumulate this negative energy. A disease is a lot of negative energy gathered in our spiritual body that expresses itself through many different symptoms. Medically, we call it a gastric ulcer, cancer, allergy. But in reality, it's gathered and stored negative energy. If you get these symptoms that you feel tired, overwhelmed, and want to relax, don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. Then listen to yourself and create harmony. React with acceptance and find a positive solution. Be aware of what your body is pointing at. Through our subconscious mind, we create diseases for ourselves so we can avoid doing something that's against our will. A disease is a way to avoid the unpleasant. When a person starts living his life with more awareness, he realizes he's going to an unpleasant job, that he must look for a better job. He must create a different, positive environment. He must change his attitude. Often, we want something in our life, but we don't let ourselves have it. For example, we want to rest, go somewhere, travel somewhere, but we tell ourselves and make ourselves believe that we don't have time, or we don't have the money for it. Maybe a person wants to get into sports, swimming, water procedures, but he tells himself, I have work, I have kids, I have a garden, I had to take care of my parents, my dogs, cats. List goes on. And he's not giving himself the opportunity to get into sports, swimming, or water procedures. Then, the disease appears. Now, he has a diagnosis where the doctor prescribes water procedure as one of ways to deal with disease. Now he lawfully finds the time, money, and does the swimming and water activities because the doctor told him to go to water procedures. And now, only now, he can do it. When a person starts living consciously and listens to himself, he doesn't create diseases, but fulfills his desires in a positive way. Listening to me now, maybe something will go through your heart, through your consciousness. Have you wanted something for yourself, but you didn't allow yourself to do it, or have it, and in the end you received it through a disease? There are often cases where a person has put a lot of work, responsibility on his shoulders, but he's not able to carry it. He has not learned to say no. As a solution comes a disease. he creates a disease for himself. Instead of simply saying no and enjoying health, joy, a person generates a disease for himself. That's why we must listen to our soul, our heart, and understand that there are times and places where we must say no. Look at the example. A person has created a disease for himself that's called a stroke in medicine. During his life, a person stored a lot of negativity, burdens, anger. He thought that life is not fair. Life is hard. He began telling his soul that, I don't want to feel this pain anymore. My soul is hurting. It hurts when I'm being treated like that. Inner pain can be caused by problems in life, relationships with your loved ones, financial position, politics, lack of money, even though he's working a lot and very hard. The things a person is sad about, the things he's worried about, they can hurt. As the time goes, our subconscious mind starts a program to block the pain. If a person doesn't know how to isolate himself from these thoughts, and doesn't know how to escape these situations, release situations that hurt him, he doesn't attempt to find a solution to the problems in life that cause him pain, but continues to live within the pain. It creates an infinite amount of suffering. At some point, a stroke can happen. It's a way of not feeling the pain, a way of turning it off. You all know the consequences of a stroke. It can paralyze parts of a human's body. They turn numb. And there you go. A person doesn't feel anymore. At this point, the person starts regretting and saying, No, this is not what I wanted. I just wanted to not feel the suffering, the pain. Now he doesn't feel anything physically. Not pain, not touch, nothing. Life sometimes reflects things literally. I want you to be aware of what you wish for. Are you giving yourself what you desire? Are you going out of your way to please others and fulfill their demands while you yourself are getting tired and exhausted, but you can't say, no, it's enough? You feel like you're programmed for others. You must help others, do everything for others. At some point, this program might stop you. When we realize what we want, instead of being stuck in old memories, feeling guilty, stressed, we can try to give ourselves what we really desire in a pleasant, likable way. We can focus on our desire, on our wishes, and fulfill them. Let them come to life. In the universe, each and every one of your wishes has an answer, a way to fulfill them. You must know how to define your wish and raise yourself to the high vibrations to receive it. Living through a victim's role, you're unable to receive the good things that fit the high vibrations. Unconscious people tend to receive what they wish for in an unpleasant, unlikable way. People get something in exchange for something else that's very valuable to them. It's way better to look at what we desire and give it to ourselves in a pleasant, harmonious way. Look at what you've stored up during your life as a heavy burden that you no longer can and want to carry. Maybe some days you say you only want to sleep and relax. Do you know how many people have had their wish come true through a disease? A lot. Can a person stop, relax, see what exactly it is that he's running after that makes him exhausted of life? Can he say at some point, consciously realize and say, I'm sorry, dear ones. Take the responsibility on yourself. I'll not be your savior and pleaser anymore. I will help, and support, but I will live my own life now. We have so many stereotypes, so many ideologies put in our consciousness that we must carry, suffer, deal with, and always do for others. Often we see social media posts where it says, "No matter how much your heart aches, keep smiling. The strong ones are the ones who tolerate and suffer." There's so many stereotypes like this. Each one of us falls for a different one. I want you to take a look at and review what you believe in life. Make sure you're not stepping over yourself. See what you want in life. Are you giving it to yourself? Do you love yourself enough to be able to make your heart's wish come true through a pleasant, likable way? Or will some of your desires come true through destructive events? This is a very valuable time to review what we've believed, what we're letting inside of us in the form of food, thoughts, ideas, stereotypes as faith that come through religions. Review and make sure that that's what I want today. Does it bring me blessing in life? Is the way I'm living today the way I want to be living? Am I living according to someone else's standards? Am I making someone else's desires come true? But how about my own? This is a blessed time to be aware, to create our life the way we want it to be, to bring love, happiness into our own lives and the lives of people around us, to create a pleasant environment, to see and evaluate every little thing that we are attached to or conflict with. Maybe it's our children that we push around and force them to live according to someone else's stereotypes. Am I treating myself the way I want to? There's a quote: "Love others as you love yourself." So first, love yourself. And then, just like you love yourself, love others. Let's learn to love ourselves. When we love and we're full of love, we love life, we enjoy our life. It's the best example we can be giving to our children. A happy life, not sacrificing yourself, but living a fulfilled, happy life. That way, we will motivate our children to fulfill and happily live their lives as well.